day, the truth is, you must be able to create that uniformity in your brand. Your brand shouldn't be too many things. When it becomes too many things, then you becoming successful becomes very difficult. What do I mean? Your success lies in your difference, and that is where your brand should be focused on. Because when I step out right now and I have 10 yogurt sellers selling yogurt, what will happen is that everybody becomes an optional to me. I can decide to buy from you or not. And so the probability that I'll buy from you is 1 out of 10. But if one person has only yogurt and the other has fun ice and the other has something else, when I need yogurt, it becomes 1 out of 1. So you want your difference to be what you are pushing, not everything else. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. David. Give it up for him. Okay, so building a unique brand. The next speaker is going to talk on vocal training. As public speakers, there's the need to maintain a particular diction that identifies you. He goes by the name Mr. Michael Ajalo, and then he's a vocal coach and a singer as well. So Mr. Michael, kindly get up stage and deliver. Give it up for Mr. Michael as he walks inside.
Hello. Hello. How are you all doing? My voice sounds a bit deep through this microphone. I know what's happening. Okay, so I have very limited time, so I would like to really speed up. I am, as aforementioned, Michael Kojo Nyedejelu Jr. When it comes to the voice, I'm a voice coach. I try to sing sometimes, and I arrange people's songs and anything music. When it comes to the voice, I think I'm there-ish. And but I'm on the other side of life. I'm into construction. Yeah, so I had to take a day off from work today to be here. It's quite awesome. The man who spoke before I did, he said a whole lot of things. It was awesome. It was awesome. I really thank him for what I heard from him. All right, so we'll move on. Should I head? Okay, I'm a bit nervous right now, all right? So I need you to really smile and help me. Don't frown. You frown, I'll just freeze. Okay, so I'm going to divide my presentation into 3. I hope I'm able to cover all 3. If I'm not able to, I'll just stop at wherever, I know when time is up. So I'm going to deal with a few things under vocal variety. I'm going to deal with a few things concerning guarding your voice, and a few things concerning your voice warm-ups. They are very, very important. How many singers are here? Okay, let me put it this way. Roland, why is your hand up? How many people can sing over here? Let me put it that way, so that you just get that information. Awesome, all right, yeah. How many of us have tried, but it's not really working? All right, you'll be fine, don't worry. Okay. So first and foremost, we should understand that as public speakers, and all that, you speak to be heard. Do we understand? You may know, okay, I know people who do not necessarily speak to be heard. They just speak. They love to speak. You get it? But you don't do that. You speak to be heard. So when you speak, people must listen. What I say, people should listen to what you say. The moment you speak and it doesn't really get to them, it means, I don't know, something's happening. And you can't really blame them too much. All right, so first and foremost, you speak to be heard. Yeah, just make that point clear for you. Please get nice angles in. All right, so I'm just trying to do stuff to shake my nervous off. All right, so we must understand that from we would by all means address people from one point in time to the other. And when we say public speakers, people imagine one person standing in front of so many people at the same time, probably like a political campaign or something. Not all of us are into politics, but the truth of the matter is at every point in time, if you're going to lead a company, if you're going to do anything in terms of leadership, if you're going to get high in life, you have to get into leadership, because the higher you go, the more people come under you. I mean, that's understandable, right? Yeah. Oh, please respond. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. All right, that's understandable. So because of that, you by all means address certain people. You get it, and that makes you a public speaker. You speak in public. You're done. You're a public speaker. Do you understand? All right. So first things under vocal variety. Vocal variety is what it is. It is what it sounds like. Vocal variety, whereby your vocals vary when you speak. Now, I'll start with one particular thing, which is very important. It's called we call it the voice registers. Wow, is that my head off screen? Interesting. We call it the voice registers. All right, and as a vocalist, as a singer, we deal with about 4 or 5 registers. We deal with the chest voice, we deal with the falsetto, we deal with the mixed range, we deal with the head voice, and then the pros, like the really good people, they deal with the whistle, yeah. But as public speakers, you probably just have to function under one. That's the chest voice. Don't try falsetto. I hope you know what falsetto sounds like. Oh, I'm sorry. Why are you guys not telling me anything? All right, so falsetto's like, no, that's voice. That's my falsetto. All right, imagine if I came to a place and I said, hi. There was this movie I watched. There was this really huge, buff guy who entered the scene, and we were really expecting a voice like this. The guy came into the scene and was like, hello. It's like, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work that way. You don't. Oh. All right, so as a public speaker, all right, chest voice is what you need. As a vocalist, you can just do then fine, we understand. You're doing it. But as a public speaker, you don't do it becomes something else. Like you want to be a cartoonist or something. I don't know. But chest voice is you, all right? But under chest voice, let me just try and break it down to about 3. Let me see. All right, so 3 ways. I gave them very, very funny names. So you write it according to how you understand. Thank you. Number 1, they're totally nasal. All right. Some people speak. All right, and then because of the position of their tongue, the air passes more through their nose than through their mouth. So because of that, they are nasal. So they sound like this. And it's understandable. How many of us have class teachers who used to speak like this? If they, I don't know, don't sound like that. So, if unconsciously, as you grew up, you spoke most of the time with your tongue always raised up, you get it? You have to learn how to get it down. Do you understand? Yeah, it's not so safe to sound like this. Your nose is for breathing, and that's it. It's not for, okay, you can use for sound production certain times, yeah, as a skill. But if it's the moment something becomes a necessity, and that's not what you plan, it becomes a limitation. Do you understand? So if it becomes a style, like, again, I'm singing, I'm being nasal, and it's a style. You like it. Some of you are melting. That's great. But when I speak and I begin to sound like this, and I can't control it, it is, no, it's not too good. All right? So that's a totally nasal. You would want to avoid that. It's not a chest voice. Also, there is the vocal fold stressor. I'll come to that. Let me come to the other one. I don't know, how do I name it? The romantic voice we use on phones. When you pick up the phone and just go like, hello, that kind of thing. This voice is cool. But I'm not talking about the one that people do. I mean, when we're in SHS, people used to speak on phones and they think when you have the more vocal fry. So forgive if I use certain terms you don't understand. Please lift a hand or say something. All right? So vocal fry is like when you're speaking like, do you understand? Do you get it? And it's understandable. It's, again, certain things are funny, but they are applied in music. For example, I'm singing about love. I love you. Yes, I do. You get it, like, it works. But it doesn't work in speak it too much. Unless you unless you're attending the news or something. That's when it probably work. So you for that one, you might want to learn how to vary it, in this application. All right. So let me come back to the vocal fold stressor. It's my own term, so don't go and set a Google for it. It's my own terms. What am I saying? Vocal fold stressor. Sound is produced. I didn't study medicine. I'm into construction. As you can see, it's quite different, So forgive me if I use some terms. All right. So sound is produced when the vocal folds, which is vocal folds are something in your larynx. Your larynx is where your Adam's apple is. Do you understand? Yeah. So those of us who are not into medicine, please come flow with me. If you're into medicine, don't judge me. All right. All right. So vocal folds are found in your larynx, and it's found in the passageway through which you breathe. So when air passes through it and it vibrates, the sound is produced. So every time you make a sound, you're producing a sound. Your vocal folds are vibrating. You get so constantly they are working. Actually, please you understand? Are we there? Okay. So because they are constantly working and it's a muscle, you might want to reduce the stress you put on it. Because if you sleep and you snore, you are using it. If you wake up and you yawn, you're using it. When you start talking, you're using it. When you start singing, you're using it. When you shout, you're using it. It's in constant use. It's all those parts of the body people don't really pay attention to. But if you want to be talking after 70, 80 years, you might want to pay attention to that right now. Do you understand? But I personally, I don't want to be like 90 and before I speak, I'm like, my children, I can't do that. No, I feel like I've lost my essence. I still want to have the nice, cool voice at 90. That's my plan. So I really pay attention to the vocal folds and how they vibrate. So you want to take a bit of the stress off it. The reason I'm saying it's called the vocal fold stressor is this. Some people speak too hard, so constantly they don't feel the vibrations actually here. But most of the work is being down here. Being done like in your throat. You get it? As you can see, I'm not like this. I'm like this. And it's people actually do it a lot. So because of that, most of the stress is put on your vocal folds. And that is not safe. Do you understand? If you want to be speaking to a lot of people, like for a very, very long time, you might want to pay attention to that. So, solution, learn how to use your romantic voice. Somebody say romantic voice. Yeah. All right, it's very simple. So, everyone say, ha. Don't say ha, please. Ha. Yeah. Wait, that ha, you realize that the sound sort of resonates from within, right? That's it. That's it. All right, so let's learn how to consciously speak like that and let the sound flow. Let's move on. All right, so we're done with the chest voice. Okay, so that's under voice registers, all right? Under voice registers, I've said we should use the chest voice. Let's come to timbre. Timbre. If I'm not pronouncing right, don't judge me. I just rhymed. Wow. All right, so timbre, that word, it is the characteristic quality of sound produced. All right. Forgive me if I make some mistakes in my what's the name? We call it bar, you talking and then instead of L, you mention the R because your tongue couldn't reach the palate, that kind of thing. Don't judge me, man. It ain't happening. All right. So timbre is basically the quality of sound you produce. All right. Because of everybody has a very special timbre. You get it? So when you speak, we know it is you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, it is best produced. Okay, it's actually supposed. Okay, let me put rewind. All right, so everyone has special kinds. All right, so some people it is raspy, and they sound like this, and that's it. It's normal. You can't. That's how they sound. Don't look at them weirdly. All right, and some people sound like me. We thank God. We just cool and smooth like that. You get it? And some people to sound something. I really can't mimic that one. So what you can do is, general matter is people love to hear smooth than raspy. Did you understand? It's true. Like people actually love to hear smooth than raspy. And so, but general matter is some people are not smooth. So does that mean we shouldn't speak in public anymore? I don't think so. What you can do is you can actually get a vocal coach or something, and start working on it and start improving on your raspy voice to make it smooth. Please understand. So everyone, in terms of for public speakers, I beg, we all have to work on getting a smooth timbre. It's very important. All right. If you know your voice isn't too smooth when you speak, if you know it's I don't know, if you know it's not smooth, please work on it. All right. It helps. Okay, it helps. It really helps. Number 3. Again, for this one. Oh, wait. But before you get a vocal coach, let me just give one tip, all right? Just in case you never get a vocal coach. Let me just give one tip. Truth of the matter is, because of can I get someone to demonstrate stuff? Priscilla, can you come? Let me use you as an example. Everyone is supposed to be in the, how to put it? You're supposed to be in a particular structure, all right? I said I'll call you. All right, so this Priscilla, hallelujah. Wow, I will say hallelujah. All right, let's do it. I'm sorry if I say hallelujah sometimes. It's, what's it called? Memory, muscle memory, yeah. So, the mouth, okay? I'll come to you guys. All right, so don't worry. So, the mouth, the throat, ish, then the lungs are somewhere here. All right? The sound is produced and goes this way. Some people think for a smooth passage of the sound, it has to be straight. But for the body, it is not so. That's why you're not born like this. Do you understand? Do you understand? Yeah. Now, all of us, let's do let's go. Good. Now try Do you see how the sound changes? Yeah, everyone is supposed to be 90 degrees, sort of. Do you understand? So actually, your posture counts in your, like, how smooth your voice is. Some people speak, and because their posture, it doesn't help them. Do you get it? So you might want to work on your posture. That's what I'm saying. Are we good? Can we move on? All right. Thank you, Priscilla, for coming for the 90 degrees demonstration. All right. So the third thing under voice register, under vocal variety, sorry, is what I named the sang speech-ish. All right. Basically, when you speak, the musicians can try to sit down and score. I must know the talking drum. No one knows the talking drum. Are you Africans? I must know the talking drums. All right, fine. Talking drum. So you realize that you can use a drum to see what the person says. So if I say, let us go there, all right, the drum can go like boom, 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 boom. Do you understand? That's because when you speak, you actually speak in notes. All right? And singing is actually sustained speech. Sustained speech. That's singing. Did you understand? So actually, you can tell people that you sing too, but in a shorter. All right. So when you speak, you actually speak in notes. Do you understand? So because of that, you might want to watch how your notes go. Now there are these kind of people who are quite monotonous, like they are literally monotones. They speak like this, they sound like this. Okay, that's actually robot-like, but they have one tone in which they speak, and when they speak, that's all that they do. It doesn't go anywhere. That's how you've met people like that before, haven't you? Met people like that before? Yes. Do you realize that even robots in 2017 don't talk like that? I mean, Siri doesn't talk like that. They're actually smarter now. So why would you, the human being, want to sound like this? What are you doing? Are you really like, what is this? All right. So you might want to, if you sound like that, who sounds like that over here? I want to help you. I'll laugh at you first, though. All right. If you sound like that, please, oh God, work on it. All right. Try to put some, variation in the notes you speak in. Okay. You see, I said try to put some, I didn't do try to put some. Oh, wow. All right. So let's move on. Please don't laugh again. All right. So I'm moving on to guarding your voice. Okay. So forgive me if I'm very concerned about the voice. I'm not really saying too much about, the words you should choose and all that. But it's very important. Without the voice, none of this is possible. Anyways. So number one, how do you know your voice has a problem? When your throat feels a bit achy, when it's strained, or when it becomes an effort to speak, you have a problem with your voice. When you are speaking, you realize you have to put in some effort to speak. You have a problem with your voice. You might want to work on it. Cool. All right. Also, when you repeatedly find yourself clearing your throat, I talk a bit, I'm always like, it is wrong, very wrong. You might want to check it. Okay. All right. So to me, number one cause of problems is voice misuse and voice overuse. I don't know how to separate the two. They sort of work together, and every time I say it, people understand, but they also don't know how to separate the two. I hope you understand. All right. When you overuse your voice, it sort of looks like you're misusing your voice at the same time. When you misuse your voice, it's possible you're overusing your voice. All right. You might want to check that one too. All right. Simple right things to do. Very practical. Number one, please stay hydrated. Be very, very hydrated. Water is your best friend. Not Coke, not any other drink, not wine. It is water. Water, room temperature water, not cold water. I'm very, very sorry, but it shouldn't be cold water. If you're going to speak, it shouldn't be cold water. If you're chilling somewhere and want to do cold water, fine. Enjoy it. The matter is, people do a lot of cold water before they speak because they think it is okay. Some things do not have short-term effects. Some things have long-term effects. So you can start now and see later and see. But seriously, room temperature water is the best. Because cold water constricts your vocal folds. If you're constricting your vocal folds and want them to become warm again and force, like you're forcing them to vibrate, it's too much work. So you swallow them as time goes on. All right? So room temperature water is very important for your hydration. All right? Point number two, warm up every day. For the warming up, it's very, very simple. See your voice as an athlete. Truth of the matter is, as an athlete, let's take Usain Bolt, all right? Usain Bolt does 100 meters, right? Or he used to, I don't know. He does 100 meters. But before he runs, he does something called jogging, which is a sort of running. You get it? But it's a subtle form of running. He doesn't just get up and he goes. You get it? Before the race actually starts, he comes, he warms up, and he builds up from there. That is very important. You must do the same thing for your voice because when you wake up, your vocal folds are relaxed. Imagine you wake up now and then, hey! No. You get it? That's how you lose your voice sometimes after a long speech. You get it? But if you warm up, build up your voice to be repaired as time goes on like that, when you come and you speak for long, you can't have your voice ready for any other thing to be for a lot of things to be done in a day. You get it? So, for example, the singers. Some people can sing for 40 minutes on stage. Some people can do 1 hour on stage. You alone, you go and do 5 minutes on stage and your voice is gone. All right? It's because you've not done proper warm-ups. Did you understand? So warm-ups are very important. Let me just take you through a few. Number one, panting. Personally, I don't want you to come and no. I would say the panting should result from an exercise. So if you don't like working out, all right, it's very important you work out. Please, it's very, very important. I'm not judging anyone, but if you've not started working out, please do. All right, so you must work out. When you work out, you eventually pant, which is good. And build on from there. Then point number two, and now warm up, yawn. All of us, let's yawn. So 1, 2, go. And some of you are still like you never yawn before your whole life. You people. Again, let's try again. Let's yawn. 1, 2, go. All right, so when you yawn, what happens is it sort of relaxes the vocal folds and exercises your jaw. When you speak, when you produce sound, some things are affected. Your lungs, which is supported by your diaphragm, your vocal folds, your tongue, your teeth, which is connected to your jaw. So let's add a jaw to it. And then your lips. Have I mentioned tongue already? Yes. So these things need to be warmed up and prepared for whatever I need to do. You get it? So when you yawn, it sort of like works on the jaw for you to, continue. What's the next thing? Lip roll. If you speak and your tongue, your mouth, your lips don't respond, the difference between s and sh is your lips. Do you know that? Like try that. Try and see. So you imagine trying to do sh without your lips. Try it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you might want to learn how to, so that, because sometimes if you're saying a word that has to do a lot of s's, but you've not warmed up your lips, so your lips are quite slow to response, You get it? It ends up using a lot of SHs instead. So like procrastination. Instead of you go like procrastinate. Oh God. It happens a lot. All right. So you might want to work on that. So that's lip roll. How am I going to do this? If you can't do it, it means your lips are too tense and they are not soft enough. I don't know what's up. So what you're going to do is this. Take 2 fingers, all right, 2 of your fingers, put them at the ends of your lip. Please, everyone, find the ends of your lip. Don't put it on your cheek hole, just at the ends of your lip, right beneath them, right beneath. Yep, good. And then push it up a bit. All right, push it up like. And then relax it and blow air. That's a lip roll, all right? So you might want to combine that with a siren. So it's a siren. So can you try? Let's go. 1, 2, go. Do not feel silly. It's very important. All right, 2 minutes. All right. Do not feel silly about it. It's very important. Okay, so that's the lip roll. Now the other one is the tongue trail. That's just a warm up for your tongue. All right. So you just sort of roll an R on your tongue like. People tease the Ashantis, like the Ashantis in Ghana. Like, we have a problem with L and an R. It's because of the tongue, So you might want to work on that. The reason being, I said, the difference between the L and the R is whether your tongue has reached the hard palate or not. That's like, when your tongue touches it, it's an L. Before it gets there, it's an R. You understand? Oh, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so if your tongue is not fast, ready to work, you always make mistakes with those things. All right, so you do the and combine that with the siren. All right, it sounds a bit silly, but it's very important. Okay, I just jump all these things and just move on to my last point. And before then, I would say please quit smoking if you smoke. All right, and if you don't smoke and you are close to someone who does second smoking, someone who smokes and you are a second smoker, leave. All right. Maybe you're not close to people who smoke, but you're close to places where people burn lots of stuff. Get a nose mask. See what you guys do on Snapchat. That's cute stuff with their painting. It's cool. I mean, just buy one and wear it. It's very, very important for your health because when you breathe in smoke, the particles go and land on your vocal folds. Cancer of the voice. You can't do public speaking afterwards. Please understand. So as for that part, it's a no-go area. All right. I have just one more thing to say, and then I'll be done. Okay, I think I'm done. So, yeah, thank you so much for your attention. Are there any questions? I know my time is way fast spent. Are there any questions?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I have a question here.
Okay, who's speaking?
I'm the one. Yeah.
Hello. Okay, you speak. All right. Sorry.
It's here.
I'm lost. You just talk. I can hear you. All right.
Okay, so.
Oh, you. All right.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. My name is Lawrence, and sometimes when you are talking to a large crowd, you would want to speak on your voice so that the very last person at the back will be able to hear. And in cause of doing that, it's like you don't really speak with your own voice. And so as a result, how do you tend to resolve that issue? And secondly,
okay.
So when you go to some churches, people pray on top of their voice.
Yeah.
They're praying very hard. And that's causing harm to
a lot of harm.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So let me answer first one quickly. If you want to speak to people at the truth of the matter is that's where you end up doing the vocal stress thing I talked about. When you sound like this, because at that moment you are shouting, but after everything you've lost your voice. And actually, it's not normal for you to speak and lose your voice. Losing your voice is not normal. It's wrong. So if you lose your voice often, thinking that you gain it and get it better, you are killing your voice. Do you understand? So avoid it. So what you're supposed to do is the harm method I taught you, this method, work on it. Work on it so much that when you need to speak out to a lot of people, you sound loud enough. Because right now, when I'm speaking to a lot of people, I do a lot of breathing, like, hey, how are you doing? It's all from here. It's not, hey, how are you? Do you get a difference? Do you get it? And actually a lot of practice. You will have to learn how to practice it. Also, if you know you can't do any of those things, please buy a sound system. We are in technology. Oh, seriously. Personally, if I'm going to do any broadcast anywhere, I won't go and stand at Africa Hall because I want the girls to hear me and go like, my voice is too important for that. I'll get my own megaphone and say, yo, and they'll all hear it. Do you understand? It's very, very important, all right? The thing about the praying thing, I used to pray like that. And I realized that it's actually quite wrong. You get it? You can pray without making that particular sound and still pray. You get it? So the same way I've taught you how to speak with a hard thing, you can pray like that and it's still fine. It doesn't mean that you're relaxed or anything. You understand? I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to ask if there is something that you can do immediately after you lose your voice.
Okay.
To regain it, yeah.
All right. Number one. Okay, me. Apples. Oh, apples are good. If you don't like apples, I'm sorry. But apples are good. Because apples actually help in the healing process. If I heard this statement, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, it is true. You just walk by any doctor and eat an apple, the person run away. But the most apples actually help in the healing process. You get it, of the voice. But aside that, when you lose your voice, if you should lose your voice, rest. Because it means it has been stressed. It's like me coming to lift this with one arm and then feeling a lot of pain here and still wanting to lift other things because I have to. No. I will have to go and rest it. Your vocal folds are a muscle like every other muscle you have within you. So when it is tired, you rest it. It is very important. You understand? So you rest it and just relax. Take a lot of apple, take a lot of fruit, take a lot of honey. Anything that helps in the healing process of the body, take a lot of water. But rest is key. All right? And the ultimate form of rest is sleep. Yes, please.
Yes. When I have to speak in public,
All right.
this question is personal in a way.
No, no one can hear us.
Suddenly, my voice becomes deep. Deep.
Okay.
And it's not loud. Can you explain that to me?
Okay, let me put it this way. If you should warm up before coming into the scene, all right, it would be a bit it would be lighter. Yeah, because naturally you don't have a deep voice. You get it? Therefore, it means that your vocal folds have not really, let me put it this way. When your vocal folds work, all right, when you're hitting your lower notes or your lower register, like things that are quite low, they are relaxed in the vibration and they're not really stretched. You get it? So that's what happens when you start speaking in public and your voice sounds like that. But when you are speaking your higher notes, all right, it stretches and vibrates even faster. So if you want it to stretch and vibrate even faster, as soon as you get on stage, you need to warm up, get it ready for that. So when it comes, it's easy. But if you don't warm up and you get there, you want to push it, it's very dangerous. Worst case scenario, you damage it. If you damage it, surgery, child things, you really don't want to go there. All right, so the warming up is very key.
Okay.
It's very key.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Michael?
Is there anyone? Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think that's the only question you
All
can
right,
take
sir.
now.
Okay.
Right. But then on your profile, I read something like you're a singer. So within 30 seconds, just do something small before you go.
Wow.
Oh, would you guys support what I'm saying?
This is a doing of someone I know. What song? I don't know that song, but I will say that you are not alone in this place. Cause see, all these people are here right now.
That's not a song.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. Roland wishes he could sing like you. Okay. In a jiffy, we are going to go for lunch. The food is in. That's the main reason why I'm here, though. But then before we go, we are going to do a bit of marketing. So I'm going to invite Mr. Kenneth Egbe, who happens to be the Deputy Speaker of the SRC Parliament, to talk about the Student Express Discount Card. And they happen to be the sales partner for this event. So Mr. Kenneth Egbe, give it up for Mr. Kenneth. Please, you have only 5 minutes because the food is ready. Exactly 5 minutes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been quality time spent together so far, and I want to appreciate the organizers of this event and also the partners, the International Students Association, and also the Faculty of Built Environment Student Society, and Study Express as well. Study Express is a sales partner for this event, and basically Study Express is a student-oriented initiative. With one card, you get access to multiple discounts on meals, fashion, stationery, entertainment, beauty and salon, etc. And events like this. For those who don't know, Study Express card holders got 20 Ghana cedis off the tickets. And so you can imagine if you had a Study Express discount card. And that serves you all year round for the academic year. They wanted me to have 5 minutes. I'll have less than 5 minutes. To get a discount card, you can go on www.studexpress.com/get-a-card. You also get to see the discounts on there. Today, for instance, Brunei Cafeteria will be offering discounts to all Study Express card holders. ABB Express, for instance, gives 10% off every Saturdays and Sundays when you present your Study Express discount cards. And so I'd encourage all of us to try as much as we can to get a card and save on our expenses as students, because we are low-income earners as students with very high disposable income levels. So I urge us to get a card and enhance our welfare status as students. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth. There's going to be a routine movement for the food. My co-moderator would start with the place. But this was going to happen. We are eating within only 20 minutes. And then, because after this part, we are going to do the practical session. Other speakers are coming on board. And it's 20 minutes, it's over, and then you guys are not done eating. You just walk inside and we take the food. Because we're trying to be very disciplined so we can have a good time. So kindly let's start with the routine. So which role is starting?
Please, the people on this side, please start moving out.
Okay.
Food is just right
So you use
outside.
the entrance at the top, right? They use the entrance at the top. Okay.
Exactly, just here.
And kindly, if you have your microphones on, you put it off.
Put them
Your microphones are on, you put it off. Yeah. Let's make it very, very snappy.
You can stretch if you want to, but they are moving out first. You make sure you form a queue. It's going to be a queue definitely, so
Okay.
please move as soon as possible.
And kindly make sure you pick your wallets and your purses. It's very imperative. Your
And
wallets
also
and your
brace
purses.
yourself for the practical sessions where you'll be allowed to express yourself based on things you've come to learn so far. There are some rooms in here. We'll group you in sections and we'll have the practical session. So whilst eating, think about it, because you'll be given something to present.
I think that's
Short while.
that's the part that people will be able to express themselves.
Yeah.
You are crashing on that girl, so you have to actually.
Yeah, you have to be really impressed here, you know.
All right. So this particular
Please, you can
side,
follow.
this particular
You can
side, you
follow.
can go. Kindly use the same entrance as they did. Sure. Then you can also move out. You can also move out.
You can move out through here. Through this. But please hold on. Let them go before. Thank you. There's a queue out there, so I'll urge you people to just stay where you are for a while. Then when it minimizes, we'll tell you so that you go. So how is the program going? How is it going? I want someone to talk to me. Are your expectations being met? Big man, you're nodding. Please talk to me. How is it going?
My expectations have been met quite well. It's a nice one.
Your expectations are being met, right? Hello? Expectations are being met. There are more coming your way, so just be expectant of more, trust me. Because the masterclass group is not going to give you nothing more than you deserve. You paid a very exorbitant amount, and then we are really going to deliver on the promise.
Can you talk to me? Anyone, just volunteer, talk to me. How is the program going? Hello, madam. Please talk to me. How is the program going? Have you learned something so far? Madam in black, yes. Put on your mic and please speak to us.
Yeah, the program is actually going on
Very well. Really. I think you really heard a lot about the theory aspects, but until you really practice them, you'll never be the person you want to be as long as public speaking is concerned. So it doesn't end here. It doesn't end here. When you go, you take the pain and the chance to try speak in front of people. Try speak in front of people. The only thing that prevents us is the confidence. That's the self-doubt. And it's born out of low self-esteem and also doubting ourselves as to what we know. But if you are able to overcome that, and you can only overcome it when you expose yourself, it's inside of you. So I'm telling you, I was once like a very shy person, but I always crave to make a difference as long as public speaking is concerned. I went to JHS schools to speak. I go to primary school to speak. I go to the Sunday school to speak. As a way of motivating them and also making myself better as public speaking is concerned. So it doesn't end here. Just a little advice. Alvin, would you like to say something?
Okay, personally, I'm not a good public speaker.
You are.
I'm actually the shy type though. I see people writing. People are exaggerating now and then they are thinking about how the practical session is going to be. So I see people writing. I see the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. and the others. They are all writing. But they're ready to give us something. But I want to ask one question, okay? What defines a public speaker? What defines a public speaker?
Who would like to answer?
What defines a public speaker?
What defines a public speaker? Please mention your name, then you go.
My name is Miruwa Riseke, and I think the thing that defines a public speaker is confidence, self-confidence.
Self-confidence, that is his answer.
Self-confidence defines public speaker. Any other? Any other? Okay.
Hello, my lady.
I think adding to the confidence, self-confidence, I think the way you carry your audience along can also help.
The way you carry your audience along. And then when Mr. John Ebobo was speaking, he was talking about